Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing today? I'm excited. We're going to be doing a St. Vincent thrift haul. I decided not to go to the bins this next weekend, and I'll explain why in a minute. And I'm really happy that I went up to St. Vincent's. It's about a 45-minute drive from where we live to go do some sourcing, since I won't be going to the bins actually tomorrow because this is Friday. We have a major, well, the winter storm is mostly hitting the down south areas like, Ohio and Nebraska and even Texas and places like that, where they're getting like an inch or two or a foot or two of snow. And it's just like, we woke up this morning, it was like -20 out, but the wind chill, it was like a -30. So tomorrow is going to be really cold too. And my husband was like, I really don't want you out there in the car in those cold weather in case something happens to the car and it breaks down or something happens and you're out in the cold. So we both agreed. Plus, we're in the process of redoing our inventory room. If you're interested in what we're doing, we're completely revamping everything, including how we store our inventory and what we're doing with it. If you're interested in me doing a video on that, feel free to give a comment below. I kind of plan on doing a little bit of a video on it. But if you're really interested in not only what we're switching from, but what we're switching to, we've made an investment into some things, and we're really excited about how we're going to do our new inventory system, how we're going to be storing things, where we're going to be storing it. So we're going to be working on that this weekend, and it's going to take some time to go through and do that and completely switch things over, redo the rooms and all that. So instead of me going to the business weekend, I did a fun trip yesterday to St. Vincent's. Was it yesterday? What day? This is third. So I went yesterday. Yeah, I'm so excited to show you what I got. I've actually been praying when I walked into the store, Lord, please let me find some good pieces. And I'm super excited about the pieces that I found. Feel free to grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever, a little snack. Probably take about half hour, 45 minutes. I've got my drink here. I'm wearing my warm sweatshirt because it's a little bit chilly even in the room right now, but we're going to dive in and I'm going to show you what I picked up yesterday. My total cost for everything was, what did I pay for everything? $73.34. Now I haven't counted how many pieces I did get. But I will obviously be dividing that number by how many pieces I got, and there's my cog. I'm presuming that since most of what I purchased was between like $4 and $5, my cog is probably going to be between $4 and $5, obviously. Okay, let's dive in and take a look and see what we got. Now, I got a few men's pieces, but I mostly got women's pieces just because that's what I found yesterday. You go with what you find, right? And I did look into some of the dresses because I'm already selling and sourcing spring pieces, guys. I am still selling winter items, but right now, definitely I would not be sleeping on spring items already. A lot of the videos that I'm watching about learning about sourcing, y'all know that I do a lot of research on a daily basis about sourcing, and people are already even talking in those videos about how people go on vacation during February because it's cheaper to fly, cheaper to go. Spring breaks are coming up for colleges and schools and stuff like that. So even if they're going on beachy trips or something like that, springtime stuff is already selling in January. So do not be sleeping on getting it listed. All right. So Travis Matthews, I've been hearing that this is a good brand. Now these polo shirts, I found a couple of them. These polo shirts I will probably list for 25 to 30 and then hopefully sell for around 20. That's my hope. It does have the Matthews thing there. And then here is the tag. I don't know that I've ever actually picked this brand up, but I've been hearing about it from other people that I follow who source a lot of men's pieces. And this is not just a blue polo shirt either. It has some detail here. So I'm excited. It also has this on the sleeve. If you know what this is on the sleeve, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm not really sure what that is. It says 1971 right here. Not sure what that is or what that means, but I picked it up to test out some Randy Travis and see how that goes, okay? I think I got another Randy Travis piece, but I don't remember if I left that one or kept it. Let me see here. Nope, that is not Randy Travis. let's keep going. And if I find it, we'll just do it then, okay? All right, I believe this is a crop sweater. Now, normally I don't run into crop sweaters, and I'm hoping this didn't shrink. But I'm presuming it didn't, because you know when something shrinks, it looks like it shrunk when it's wool, right? This one is pure wool, made in Scotland. The brand is Pitlochry. I found this. They have this priced at $3.75, and it's this gorgeous plum purple crop sweater, 100% wool, V-neck. Now look at this. It does not look like it's shrunk at all. You can just tell when a sweater's been shrunk because it looks off-shaped, right? This does not look off-shaped at all. I looked at it a few times thinking, should I grab this or not? And I finally just decided for $3.75, I'm just going to grab it and test it out. But it just does not look like it was shrunk. It looks like it's just a crop sweater. The sleeves are about the length of it, a little bit longer. So I decided to give this a try. It's a gorgeous plum, 100% wool. And we're going to test it out and see how that goes. All right. I was very excited to find this. Travelers by Chico's, size 3. 1 is a medium, 2 is a large. So this is an extra large. Travelers by Chico's. I've been hearing a lot of good things about one of the gals that I follow. She does this brand a lot. I picked this up for $4.75. It's got this really great detail on the front. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? You should be able to see it. And it's a long open front cardigan, and it is a chocolate brown color. So I'm very excited to test this brand and see how it does for me, because I'm hearing that this is a great brand for Chico's, and it's a size 3. Perfect time for that season, right? Perfect season for that item. That's what I meant to say. All right, I almost didn't grab this, but I do well with J. Crew, especially the newer J. Crew pieces. This is the label, the newer J. Crew. This is not only a size 12, but it's a 12 tall. And for those people like myself who have a longer torso or longer legs. And this was, I believe, 100% cotton or linen. Yep, cotton. And this is really, really pretty plaid, Western plaid. It's got great sleeves. So I grabbed this really nice piece. I thought very, very lightweight. Perfect for springtime. Pair that with a cute little tank top and some shorts or whatever you want. Really, really cute outfit. All right. In my last St. Vincent's thrift haul, I mentioned this brand to you, and I could not believe that I found it again. This is Benetton. It's 100% pure lamb's wool. The last one was also a dress. They put this, instead of in the dress section, they put it in the sweater section, which I was okay with because it was cheaper. The dresses at this store can average anywhere from like 7-something to 8-something and up. And the sweaters are like $4.75, $5.75, somewhere in there. So I only paid, oh, you know, this didn't even have a tag, so I'm kind of wondering what they charged me for this. Because it didn't have a tag. I was going to ask her about it, I forgot. But anyway, it's a gorgeous blue, another either long tunic sweater, or you can wear this obviously as a dress. This would be paired really cute with leggings and boots. 100% lamb's wool. And this one does also have, does this have a front pocket? It does. The front pocket's on the top on this one. The other one, the front pocket was on the bottom. This one, and this has like a V-neck here, and then it also has a V-neck here. So it's kind of like a double V-neck. So I'm very, very excited to get that listed. We'll definitely be doing that next week since it is a wool piece. I'm not specifically seeking out wool pieces right now, you guys, but I ran into a few great pieces in wool. I'm tempted to keep this for myself and wear it a few times, and then I might sell it closer to springtime. This is a large beach lunch lounge, and it's just a super pretty button-down floral top. And this is my size, and it's nice and long, especially for my long torso. So I'll probably wear that once or twice and then list it in a couple months. Okay, Gap. Again, 100% merino wool. So I was not going to pass this up. They had this for just $4.75, guys. I could not believe it was only $4.75 for a Gap 100% wool sweater. And this one was a size large also. So I'm very, very excited to get these sweaters listed. Okay, let's keep going. Next is, now I did run comps for this on Poshmark. I think I mentioned in my previous video, there are certain items that I comp check on eBay and kind of go back and forth between eBay and Depop. And now when I'm doing women's pieces, especially linen, cotton, style items, I don't comp them on eBay, I comp them on Poshmark. If it sells on eBay, great, but I comp them on Poshmark. I started doing that recently. Old Navy size medium. Oh, speaking of comping on Poshmark, I do want to make note that when you check comps on Poshmark, we all know with live selling that some of the sold comps are a lot lower than they should be. Like $5, $10, $7, maybe $15, things like that. Not so much $15, but the $5, $7, numbers like that, those are probably being sold through their lives. So when I see comps like that, I don't use that as a comp criteria for when I'm comping pieces for Poshmark. I'm looking at something that's between $15 and $20 or more when I look for comps. I did want to note that. I don't use the smaller numbers that are being sold on lives for my comp numbers, okay? Old Navy size medium. And this one, it was in the sweater aisle again. I did pay $6.75 for this one. And this was a novelty. That's the word I was looking for in my last video for sourcing. I was trying to think of that word. I kept thinking nautical, but it's novelty. Where you have like, you know, bird prints, animal prints, different kind of prints like that. This is a novelty. It's buttoned wrong. So it's going to look awkward in the thing. Let me undo it here so you guys can see it properly. It's a novelty. It's got camel on it, and it's got an Aztec print on it. I saw another one listed for a size medium, so I did decide to grab this. It's this really beautiful novelty cardigan sweater with an Aztec print on it. It's got that fold-over collar to it. And this was, I believe, acrylic wool blend. It's a wool blend. So that's definitely going to be listed next week as well. I'll probably list that for $35, $40, and then hopefully sell between $25 and $30. Okay? All right. Next. I've been keeping an eye out on brands when I follow certain people on YouTube for brand based on Poshmark. And this one particular gal that I've been following, I'm looking specifically for those types of brands. Now, I just found a new gal today that does some higher end pieces as well as vintage and the modern pieces like style based and stuff, and modern as well with like things like Talbots like this. So I'm trying to find people to follow on YouTube or watch videos on where I'm learning more vintage for guys and gals, style based items, linen, cotton blends, because not all linen items are going to be in the popular brands like Talbot's, the popular brands. Not all linen pieces, good linen pieces, are going to be in those popular brands. Sometimes they're going to be in the non-popular brands, but it's still good to pick them up because the style item of it and because it's linen. So I'm trying to do a lot of learning about all different kinds of things that expand your options for sourcing, right? All right, this is a Talbot's 1X, and it is pure Prima cotton. That's been mentioned a few times in the video that I've been following with this one gal. It's Prima cotton. This is a Talbot's, and it's a gorgeous peach open front cardigan sweater. I think this will do very well. She sells this type of thing a lot, and I love this. It's kind of a coral peach. I love this color. And it's so perfect for springtime. Could go with so many cute things. All right. Then I ran into this, which just, I was so excited, you guys. All right, Garnet Hill, size large. This just felt so nice. So I decided to check the tag, of course. 100% cashmere. Garnet Hill, black, sweater, size large. So beautiful. And I did double and triple check these. This one does have pockets on the front. This is one pocket or two pockets. I think it's one pocket. It's got a pocket on the front. 100% cashmere. You always want to make sure, double check that there's no holes. Cashmere can tend to have holes in it. So I always do. I check in the store before I put it in the cart. And then I check it again before I check out. I go through and double check my cart, run comps, make sure everything's good as it wants to be. And then I do like check again when I'm going through and putting my rack up for doing photos. So I'm super excited about that. And another one is coming here in just a moment. All right. This is Angie's. Now, the one gal, there's a few gals. One of the gals, she said that Angie does very well for her. I've never seen Angie, let alone sold Angie. When I ran into this over in the dresses, I thought, So I looked it up, and sure enough, this is actually a romper with like kind of like how those long wraps come down and they split. This is a romper with an extended split, kind of like a skirt line. And I'll try to show it to you the best I can. Size 1X. And they only wanted $4.75 for this, even though it was in the dresses, which surprised me because, like I said, our dresses are typically $7.50, $8 and up. This has the split net line with a kind of like a gathered waistline, and then hopefully I can show this to you. It has tassels on the front. Okay, I'm going to take it by the waistline, and I'm going to bring the front top in the back so you guys can kind of see this. Okay, so it comes down, and here's the romper. This is the waistline. Here's the romper part. It's the shorts. And then it comes around, and it's got this long skirt line all the way around the romper that's completely open in the front. So when you walk, it's free opening in the front, but the romper's up here, and then the top is up here. So you can kind of get the full effect with what this is. It's got a V neckline with this gorgeous, gorgeous floral print detail, you guys. Let me bring it up, and then it comes down into the waistline. You have the romper piece down here, and then this open overlay area, and it goes all the way around, completely all the way around, and it's nice and long. So I'm curious to see how that does. I'll probably list that. I'm going to have to double check comps again, but I'm thinking listing between like 35 and 45, depending on what the comps are. Hopefully sell for 25 or 30, right? So I was very, very excited to find that, test that out, especially for that price. My goodness. All right. I told you in one of my hauls a little while ago, I think it was the bins haul, that I've been hearing that LEI sells really well. One of the gentlemen I follow that does really well on Depop, he's mentioned LEI a couple times. I had a couple LEI pieces in my last bins haul. If you haven't watched that, guys, go back and watch it. And I found a pair of LEI at this thrift store. So there's the tag. And then it's just a nice stitched pocket. And these are boot cut in really good condition. So I'm excited to see how these do. Only paid $5.75 for these, which isn't too bad. Now, see, sourcing jeans at the bins, we're paying $1.89 a pound. So jeans that are between £1.50 to 2 pounds, you're still paying around $4, $3.54 for jeans at the bins. Now, of course, if you can get them at the bins, great. But the good thing about this is that this is only about $1.50, $1.75 more than I'd be paying at the bins. So it's not like it's $8 or $10, which is great. Because I watched a lot of videos and people are paying $8, $10, $15 for jeans at their thrift store, which is crazy to me. I am very fortunate that at this store, the women's jeans are only $5.75 roughly. But it's interesting because if you go over to the men's side in the same store, their pants are between $6.75 and $7.75. So I find that interesting. But I was glad that these were only $5.75 since I didn't get them at the bins. It was only about $1.50 to $2 more than what the bins were, instead of like $8, $9, something like that. So I was very, very thankful for that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so I did find another Matthew Travis. This is the other I keep saying Matthew Travis. Travis Matthews. This is a size medium. I paid $4.75. This has kind of like a paint splotch detail to it. And then also this has a BMW logo on the side here. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but it's got a paint splotch thing on it. So again, same thing like the other one. I'll list that for around the same price again as well. Okay, and I told you I found 2 of these. Here's the other one. Again, Garnet Hill, size large. This one is a turtleneck collar, and this one also is a black cashmere sweater, size large. Could not believe I found 1, but 2 of them. So I'm super excited. Oh, and this one, you guys, is really cute. Look at this. Hopefully you can see it. On the front panel here, it actually has kind of like a slit. Let me see if I can show this to you. You see here, it has 2 slits. There's one here and one here. You know how you have like an open kangaroo pocket on sweatshirts? This has an open slit pocket on the front of the sweater, which I thought was just very, very sweet. So again, this one, I do believe, like I said, was 100% cashmere. Okay, this one was wool cashmere. 70% wool, 30% cashmere. So I was tempted to wear those each a couple times too, but I don't think I look good in black. I don't typically wear black because I feel like it kind of like washes me out, just like you'll never see me wear white. White really washes me out. Okay, so I'm just going to list them and get them moving. All right, this is St. Croix, made in USA. This was in the men's, extra large, and I looked this up. This had some pretty good comps to it. It's a beautiful dark gray sweater, and this one I paid up a little bit for. It is dry clean only, and it's made in the USA, and this one was 100% wool. I paid $7.75 for this one. If I remember, the comps on this was between like, I'm hoping like 35, 40, something like that. So I paid up a little bit on this one for wool. Like I said, I was surprised how much wool I found today at this store. And these definitely need to get listed. All right, and the last but not least piece on this haul, this was a new thing that I found as well. Another 100% virgin wool piece. This was MG. And it's 100% virgin wool. I also paid up a little bit on this one, and it's this really beautiful, it's a men's piece, brown cardigan. Just such a great piece, and it's in excellent condition. I don't know if this was worn. It's almost kind of like a crispy nice. So if it was worn, probably not much, once or twice at the most. So a few wool pieces this time around. And I'm definitely, like I said, these are going to be listed early next week and get those up and going. And that was my haul that I found at St. Vincent's yesterday. So only a 25-minute video this time around. If you enjoy watching this type of content where we do bins hauls, Goodwill store hauls, but thrift store hauls, sold videos, and again, I'm probably going to put some video together about the before of our inventory room and then the after of our inventory room on my new inventory system. I think I might try and do something like that to show you guys what I'm doing. And guys, thank you so much for joining me, for being here. Comment down below what your favorite piece was, and if you're still selling wool, if wool is doing really well for you this winter season. And if you find wool, I want to know, do you find wool pieces in your thrift store often? Do you find it at the bins if you source at the bins? As always, guys, be productive, and we will see you next time.